Hello guys, my name is Bio. I'm a top 100 Cap main in Celestial 2. Today's video, I'm making a Cap guide for people who want to play Cap. I think Cap's still underrated even with the buffs, but if you really learn the fundamentals of Cap, you can probably make the GM and above. So first off, one of the fundamentals of Cap would probably be his animation cancels. So usually everybody knows if you do 2 hits, right, you get your shield throw back. Issue is, it's pretty slow. So what every Cap will mostly do, after the 2 hits, they'll do an animation go punch, dash, right? Because it makes it when you cancel your shield throw animation and skip right to the next hit. And it's a whole lot faster for kills and a whole lot more essential for Cap. Second fundamental I would say for Cap would be his engage. So how Cap works, he has 2 engagement options. It's either going to be a slam or his dash, right? But what most people will do, and also me included, usually we'll use our slam to engage. Because if you try to use your dash to engage, and then let's say you'll get the kill, right, you're too low, you have to run and jump and then slam. So in low rank, it's not that punishable, but in high rank, everybody's looking at you, dude. You have to be able to protect yourself while looking in the opposite direction, right? So it's usually better if you were to slam and then dash away. Because as you're dashing, you don't have to sprint, jump, and slam. All you have to do is look back and then face the other direction of your opponent. Okay. Third thing I would say you want to learn, not really a fundamental, but like a kind of a tips and trick kind of thing, is his shield throw. So his shield throw can hit up to 3 enemies, and I think it does like 20 damage. Don't correct me on that. But the one trick that you can do against an invisible character like Loki or Invisible, for example, is the shield actually follows them when they're invisible. So if you get them low, and let's say like Invisible tries to disappear by using her double jump into invis, you can actually throw your shield and it will still track them even when they're invisible, which I don't think a lot of people know that. So that's something you should take into notes. Okay, next, his ultimate. Now, Cap's ultimate can be used in many different ways. So everybody knows as you're playing Cap, as you can see, a lot of Caps, they'll try to ult and call on card, but that's like one of the many ways you can use his ult. There are many ways. So let's say, for example, you're in a team fight, right? You hear Bucky ult, and he's just trying to kill your team. Well, because you're Cap, you actually heal your teammates while ulting as long as they're in your trail. So look, you see this trail? As long as they're in it, they'll gain shield and it will help them not die. You can also use Cap's ult in like engagement. So let's say your whole team dies, right? You need to regain card or whatever, and you don't have any way of getting in. Your team's getting staggered by a corner. Well, you can actually ult and just push through their whole team, make hella space, and they can't do anything because you're practically unkillable on Cap because your ult gives you so much shield. And then another tip is when you are playing Cap, you can actually gain your shield throws by attacking, let's say, Namor squids or Groot's walls. Anything that can be damaged, you can gain shield throw off of that. Another tip or fundamental I could say you should learn as Cap would be his shield. Because usually when you try to engage into a target, the tip I can give you as a Captain America is pretty much just block. Especially when you're running towards a target. Because by the time you get to your opponent, you want to be at max HP. Because you don't want to be low and then be forced to back off while your shield still has 400 HP. So next up, another thing for Cap is his team up. So if you have a Thor on your team, you gain a team up that allows you to pretty much hit multiple targets and give you range, which lasts around like 5 to 6 seconds. I think it's an alright team up for Cap. It's not that helpful, but it is helpful for, I guess, like building charge for your ult. So that's just something Cap has in the, the back of his arsenal if he has a team up with Thor. Next up would probably be his game plan. So what Cap usually is, he's an off tank, right? So he can't just solo Vanguard by himself, but there are times he can, but it's pretty rare. But most times you will have a second tank. So because you're an off tank in your Cap, your main job is usually to disrupt the team or just go for backline. So like in this clip, for example, right, you're gonna see I'm just targeting like Hawkeye, Loki, Punisher, and I'm just distracting their team and then not look at their tank and I just get the kills. That's the whole point of Cap, is to either try to kill squishies or try to distract your team and be in the backline and just be a nuisance to their team. Lastly, matchups. So Cap, He's good against most characters, but there are some characters that can counter him, for example, like Hela. Because Hela does so much damage, she can break his shield very easily, and per headshot, she gets capped pretty low once his shield is down. And then I think another counter would also be Neymar, because pretty much he can just place squids on walls. You can't really reach it, because all you have is your shield throw. That, and then Neymar can just stay back, throwing his little, like, tridents, and they can easily just break your shield. And then next, flying characters. So flying characters like Iron Man, Storm, and Human Torch, because Cap has no range, you can't really reach them, so they're also another hard counter for Cap. And then lastly, Penny. Because of Penny's trap, you can't really do anything, but once you go and you start taking damage, right? You try blocking, you're taking damage with your shield, and those traps can break your shield very easily. So Penny's pretty much a hard counter to Cap. So this is pretty much the end of the video. I hope the Cap mains who did watch this did learn something. I also hope that you guys, best luck in your comp games, obviously. Hope you guys made a GM or a Celestial, and that's pretty much the end of the video, and thanks for watching.